Okay, so if you're a founder, you know this feeling. The business that worked like a dream at $1 million, it starts to break at 3. And by 10 million, well, the very model that got you there has become your single biggest bottleneck. It's a common story, and it has a name.
You're seeing the growth, right? Your team is great, the market is there. So why does it feel like you're running in place, like you're working twice as hard just to stand still? Why does every single step forward feel like it just adds more chaos?
Well, you're not imagining things. You've walked right into what we call the scaling trap.
This is what happens when your company's growth just completely outpaces your personal ability to manage it all. Your business needs you in every meeting, on every email, making every single key decision. But let's be real, the math here is unforgiving. There's a hard physical limit to what you can do in a day.
And you know what? The symptoms are totally predictable. Your margins get squeezed because things are falling through the cracks. Problems seem to just multiply overnight. You're putting in insane hours, but you feel less in control than ever. And that quality your customers fell in love with, it starts to become inconsistent because you can't be there to personally guarantee it anymore.
All right, so how do you fix this? The gut reaction is always to hire more people or buy more software. But throwing bodies or tools at the problem, that's just treating the symptoms, not the actual disease. The root cause is something else entirely.
Listen, this is not a people problem. And it is definitely not a tools problem. It is an architecture problem. Plain and simple. Your business is missing the fundamental infrastructure it needs to run without you being involved in every little thing.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. This is the reframe. What feels like people problems is really just a lack of defined workflows. What you're blaming on your tools, that's actually a lack of integration. Those constant communication breakdowns, that's a lack of shared data. And founder burnout? Well, that's a direct result of not having scalable infrastructure in the first place. So if the problem is architecture, then the solution has to be architectural, right? You don't need to add another player to the orchestra. You need the conductor.
You don't need another disconnected tool in your tech stack. You need a central nervous system for your entire business. You need Quanton OS. And it's not just another piece of software. It's the actual governing layer that makes everything else finally work together as one.
At the very heart of Quanton OS is the governing agent. Think of it, literally, as the conductor. It's this intelligent orchestration layer that coordinates everything else, manages all the exceptions, and gives you one single unified view of your entire operation. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The governing agent is what takes a bunch of separate, siloed automations and transforms them into a single, cohesive, intelligent operating system. It's the difference between having a box of car parts and a high-performance engine. So, how do we actually make this happen? We follow a super clear 3-phase rollout. It's all designed for control and precision. Step 1 is discovery. We go deep and map out the complete operational DNA of your business. Then, step 2 is deployment. We deploy the core infrastructure in the intelligent agents that are tailored specifically to that DNA. And finally, step 3 is scaling. That's where we manage and optimize the system to unlock its full potential as you grow. And the result of all this isn't just a more efficient business. It's a fundamental transformation of your role as the founder. You get to shift from being an operator to an executive, from being a player on the field to the coach who's designing the plays. Your output is no longer your own personal labor, it's leverage across the entire system. And your limit? It's no longer your personal capacity, but the almost limitless potential of the system that you now lead. So here's the bottom line. You can finally stop compensating for a lack of structure with your own personal effort. It's time to start leading a system, and to do it with real confidence. So if your business is ready to trade all that chaos for clarity, if you're ready to build the architecture for true scale, then the conversation starts right here. Let's talk.